Hello guys, welcome to Chess Learners at PSGG Comics Chess. This video is about how to never blunder in chess again and stop 85% of your chess mistakes. I'm sure if you're one of the common 1,000, 800 to 1,200 ELO chess players, you know this experience. You're playing a chess game and you're playing great, and then you blunder a piece and it's over. And it's annoying because 80% of the time, you probably play like an 1800 level player, or even higher. The only problem is that an 1800 level player doesn't blunder pieces in as much as the lower level players do. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 tips to never, well, I wouldn't say never, but to stop most of your blunders in chess. Okay, tip number 1 is never counterattack. Okay, the most common example of a terrible counterattack would be something like this. I see this one all the time. Okay, Black's knight is attacked here. Okay, you can see that. And a player will decide to counterattack with a bishop check. Unfortunately, this allows white to do that. Now the bishop and the knight are both attacked, and black will lose at least one of them. Okay, so a basic rule of thumb, okay, is just never counterattack. If your piece is attacked, just defend it. I know there could be exceptions to this rule, but just as a rule of thumb, never counterattack. You'll save so many chess games. Okay, rule number 2, don't move your queen out early. This one's pretty simple, okay? If you start getting your queen out early, they can start counterattacking, they can attack your queen, and eventually, you might even forget about your queen and just take it. I know it wouldn't happen so fast, okay? But that's another probably 10% of games people lose because they move their queen out early, and then they lose it, okay? Rule number 3, don't set pieces on skewer or pin lines, okay? What that means is don't have something like this, where your queen and the rook are on the same line, and then black can pull something like this, where the bishop attacks the queen. Okay, let's get the knight over there. He has to move, the rook takes. So another rule of thumb, just never do that. You want your pieces would be something like this. You wouldn't want your queen and king in a line. You don't want your queen and the king in a row. Have them totally separate. Don't want your queen and a rook in a row. You don't want them in a line, okay? Have them totally separate, okay? That's a basic rule of thumb there, again. Number 4 is watch out for pawn forks. This is another huge one. And it'll happen when you have 2 pieces, just like this, sitting there. The bishop and the knight, and then you'll totally forget about the pawn fork there. This is like a huge mistake that tons of chess players make. Okay, so basically, there's 2 ways to avoid this. Try to never have 2 pieces sitting there with only 1 square between them, because then they can be forked, okay? And number 2 is if you do have 2 pieces like that, make sure you watch out for any potential situations of the pawn fork. Okay, one more rule, don't let a knight into your side of the board. Your side of the board, obviously, your side of the board, the first 4 diagonals, or the last 4 diagonals if you're black. Because if you let the knight into your side of the board, then they can just start making knight forks. I know it may sound simple, but right here, black gets his knight into your side of the board, okay, right there. Right away, it's starting the fork there between the queen and the rook. So the simple way to do it is not to let him into your side of the board. If you see he wants to come there or there, you could go pawn there, stop him from getting there. And there you go. There you have the 5 tips to never blunder again in chess, or at least do it a lot less frequently. I can promise you that if you follow these 4 tips, then you'll become a much more respected chess player, and your ELO will gain much higher. If you want to watch more of my videos, just go to my channel, obviously, and watch them. But I appreciate your support. If anyone's still watching the video at this point, then you are a pretty nice guy.